Thank you for tuning in to another episode on the Scouse Article channel. If you can hit that subscribe button, it massively helps. I'm going to dive right into it because we've had a response from the petition in regards to the national opt-out, in regards to the platform that they're building, that all the public services are going to be linked to. And it's now on public record that we do not have an opt-out. So yeah, and they are saying it's legal. So I'm here to explain it without all the jargon. I will link everything, and I've also provided a free booklet where I've explained it all and questions that you can raise and a letter template that you can send to your MP. But we have it on national record now, on public record, about there being no national opt-out. And as I say, it's not just England, and you can read it for yourself. You see it includes the 4 nations. And this isn't speculation anymore, because I have had a lot of people who support, but I've also had a lot of, I wouldn't call it critical, because it's a shift that's happening. And I myself haven't been able to maybe find the right language to use, because it's been difficult, because it's been happening in real time. So there isn't really any language. But at the same time, it's not speculation anymore. It includes all nations, and it's in the own government response. So that really matters, because once it's on public record, as we know, it's infrastructure, and they ain't stopping. They're not stopping, and they are justifying it, saying it's legal under existing law. And I'll tell you where that existing law comes in. The oversight is being described in broad managerial language, as we knew it would be, and they're leaning heavily on pseudonymised and privacy enhancing technologies. So I was kind of expecting this response, but we know that pseudonymized data does not mean that it's anonymous, because it just means it gives you a code. But then the system analysing the data can still link that across services. You know, it's something that I think may be confusing people when I'm saying all the services are being linked and you're going to have a specific code. It's a unique identifier, and as we've seen with the children's unique identifier, they're going for it from birth, and they're not mentioning what software is designing it in the petition. They're not putting that on public record, but we already know that from the contracts, from the proof of concepts, through all the information that I've been sharing and what you guys know. We're talking about Palantir software, and Palantir is a neutral infrastructure. It's a data integration and analytics company whose entire purpose is to join all these data sets together, and we know that. We know it's already in defence and policing and broader systems when it comes to the central government analytics. So I've listed a report as well. I've come across a report from the United States, reporting showing Palantir at the centre of the Pentagon-linked AI infrastructure, and there's been documented concerns about how the tools are being used in operational decision-making. This is the infrastructure of our entire state, and this context matters, doesn't it? Because it's showing that this governance isn't happening in isolation. So where I've been saying, you know, the NHS Federated Data Platform, maybe people have been getting confused, because I understand that health is devolved, but national platforms, as I've been saying, are not automatically contained at the devolved borders, because England's built the platform, but the data flows, the interoperability standards and procurement frameworks don't stop at England. It includes the 4 nations, England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland. If a national platform becomes the default infrastructure, other nations are going to face pressure when it comes to the integration, the alignment, or they become operationally incompatible. So, and that's not a conspiracy, that's literally how shared digital infrastructure works. And crucially, so this is the point, that there's no equivalent UK-wide democratic consent mechanism for that shift. Like I've been saying, there's no real protection. We're moving. No political party is talking about how they're going to manage a fully digitised state. No one. And so, anyway, they're saying it's legal, and when that happened, it came from the changes made through the Health and Care Act, which reframed data integration as a statutory duty. So that was the moment when the integration moved from the policy choice to a legal obligation. So once something is a duty, then the procurement follows. So, and that happened in 2022. If you've been following me, you can see who was lined up to be able to provide the software. And I'm focusing on future governments trying to like get this out and cancel contracts. It misses the point in that we need to be talking about how they're going to run the system, because they're going to inherit this. They're going to inherit the system. Okay. So we need to be very clear. We need to be looking at who's talking about it, who's at least raising concerns with infrastructure being with foreign vendors. That's what we need to be looking at, because I know that's just a surface level, but it's going to matter, because we're going to need someone in there who we trust to continue to apply pressure, and us to be able to continue to apply pressure in terms of scrutinising how they're using it, how they're going to build our infrastructure, how they're going to claw it back, how much the contracts are going to cost to cancel, you know, what are the trade-offs, what's it going to cost us. That's what we need to be looking at. So, and we need to be really, really paying attention to who could get in, get the keys to the power and abuse it and continue with foreign vendors. So we need to be then looking at them type of relationships, don't we? Because I mean, they're not pausing this system, and it's moving very, very quick. We're already seeing GP contract changes referencing expanded data use, and we're seeing AI tools requiring continuous data. And David Lammy just came out as well the other day and was saying how it's in going into the justice system, they're going to be using AI as an assistant, you know, to speed things up. And if you look back on my videos on here, you'll see where I was talking about that as well. This is all going to link. And you see, internationally, we can see the government, including the US, actively lobbying against strong data sovereignty laws when they affect the American tech companies. So, you know, I mean, this petition mattered. And I knew, and we knew, it weren't going to magically put a stop to it. But I feel as though it's forced it out there into the public. It's forced it into conversation. And it's also shown anyone who may be sitting on the fence, and who understands why. And a lot of people who were trying to, well, you know, we've always had to, well, we can still opt out, or, well, you know, you can use your biometrics on your phone. All of that, what I've been saying in the whole public service, the whole entire state, moving to a fully digitised state, and we've got the platform, we've got no opt-out. So I feel as though when Labour came out, I'm not calling them Labour, came out and done a U-turn on the digital ID. This is it. This is the digital ID. They wanted to brand it. That was the branding. But the infrastructure never stopped. So if we care about the public services and digital sovereignty and democratic control, this is the part that matters. Not after everything's being quietly normalised, is it? So, as I say, the full petition is linked. It's sitting now around 15,000 followers. I tell you what, we are trying our best. So I truly do hope that the petition can hit 100,000 followers to get that debate into Parliament. So let's see what happens. We're in the shift and it's all documented. I'll keep reporting on it. And thank you for sharing. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting. And as I say, we can only do what we can do. Knowledge is power and it belongs to the people. Enjoy your weekend.